It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we're in for a rematch of Super Bowl 34. It's the Los Angeles Rams and the Tennessee Titans. Coming up next.
Just across the Cumberland River from those neon lights of Broadway, we welcome you inside Nissan Stadium here in Nashville. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson up here in the booth. And Greg, this is one of those games that's a little old school. Maybe if it was in black and white, it would be fitting, right? We got a couple of teams who have to hand it off and see their running backs do it on the ground.
It's just so cool, and you mentioned it, Mike. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, this would have been the norm on any given weekend, but we're seeing the game trend to more of a passing-style offense. If you want to score points, it mostly comes through the air. So for these two kind of throwback offenses that rely so heavily on their running backs, for anybody that loves old-school power football, I think we're in for a treat.
Stage is set. Ball is on the tee, and off we go on EA Sports. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Tennessee offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
There's a lot to like about this young quarterback, and of course, we're going to have to wait and see. Can he take advantage of this opportunity in front of him, Mike? But he has not been shy. He says, I know I can play at this level. I know that I can lead an NFL franchise, and we're going to get a shot to see it here, and I'm excited to see what he can do. I'm thinking, Mike, they might have had a little tendency on him or been tipped off pre-snap, because it seemed to me like that defense was just ready and waiting for the jet sweep. There wasn't a whole lot he could do. He takes the loss.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Out quickly to Lockett. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
When a defense has speed to the ball like this group does, it makes these wide receiver screens really challenging because all those fast linebackers and defensive backs that are chasing the ball carrier, the offensive line are the ones responsible for them, and sometimes that's just a speed mismatch, and they can't get out in front.
Now a screen. Here's Pollard. Good pickup of 16 on that screen play, and a 1st down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
First and 10. They'll throw out of the gun. That is caught by the man wearing 0, Calvin Ridley. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. First carry for the man from Memphis, Tony Pollard. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. Here now, 3rd and 5. He'll drop to throw. They'll try to set up the screen here. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down?
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
The Rams offense taking the field for the first time. They're led by former #1 overall pick and Super Bowl champion with the Rams, Matthew Stafford.
Stafford was one of those guys, Mike, that I think through the first half of his career was probably the most underappreciated quarterback in the entire league. The talent was always undeniable. But when he was constantly discredited for was just the fact that he was on some really bad teams that were left to play really irrelevant football down the stretch. Immediately changed that narrative the second he joined a championship roster. Now, he's just trying to see if he can add some more hardware to that resume and solidify that legacy even further.
2nd and 7. The motion man is Nakua. They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. He'll gain 3 out of this, up to the 23. Here's a 3rd down and 4. From the gun, here's Stafford. That's taken in by Higbee. 10 yards the gain on the pitch and catch. Good for a Rams 1st down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. Working out of the gun, Stafford. 1st down throw there is incomplete.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
Stafford now on 2nd down. That's to the left side and pulled in by Higbee. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
First and 10 now from the 36. First carry here for Kyron Williams. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. To the outside, it's brought in by Adams. That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another 1st down.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
Caught by Nakua on the out route. And he will score. Puka Nakua. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Joshua Carty comes out now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Rams will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here we go on the return from the 1. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Titans offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. He'll get this into the hands of his running back. Still going inside the 20. And he will take this one in. 73 yards. Touchdown, Tennessee. Joey Sly on now for the point after. The kick is good. And the Titans will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. We're all tied, 7 apiece. And the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Rams offense ready to take over for their second possession. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Williams. And this is going to be a Rams first down as he gets this up past the 40-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Stafford gets this one out quick to Nakua. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
Wow, it wasn't for lack of effort. He tried every which way to elude the defense, but he was outnumbered. They finally got him down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of yards.
This ball carrier just didn't want to go down, and this defense, they had to throw everything they had at him, Mike. He just kept fighting and fighting, but finally when they were able to get him on the ground, they were able to do it for a loss.
Throw it on 3rd down, Stafford. He's got a man. That's Nakua, complete. Remember, he had the touchdown on the opening drive, and here on drive 2, he gets a first down with that catch.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us. And right now, this defense has no answers.
In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. Toward the sideline and taken in by Adams. Here's 2nd and 6. The motion man is Nakua. Pass pass caught right side by Higbee. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. Pair of sevens on the scoreboard. And we're back in Music City after this. They've got it at the 8, first down and goal. To throw is Stafford. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
Now it's a bootleg with Stafford. This pass caught right side. It's Allen.
Linebacker certainly wasn't fooled on that play. Not only does he get there in a hurry, but he's able to secure that tackle and bring him down for a loss.
Third and goal. Now Stafford on third and goal. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line. You know, I think it's safe to say here, Mike, as this offense leaves the field, they wanted to stay out there and go for it. But I think in this case, the coach is playing the long game. He understands that these 3 points now can end up being very valuable as this game moves along.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Tony Pollard heading out with the rest of his Tennessee teammates for their next drive. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Now they'll set up to throw. He's going to take a shot down the field.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
They'll throw here on third and short yardage. It's a pickup of 13 yards. First down for Tennessee.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. On the ground, it's Pollard. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down. Again, it's Pollard. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a first down on that gain of 5.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
He'll look to throw. Lock it on the slant. He's got it. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Lockett headed in motion. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards, and that leads to third down. The tight end, Okonkwo, is in motion. Trying to get away, but he will not. They finally run him down.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
Joey Sly comes on. They'll try the field goal here. This will be from 56 yards away. And that is no good. He missed it. And this is going to remain a 3-point game.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. They put Adams in motion. First down, Stafford. Here's a screen set up to Williams. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. Now a second down throw for Stafford. There's a short one taken in by Higbee. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Stafford will throw here on 3rd and 1. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these 3rd downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force 3rd down, they got to get off the field.
Stafford to throw again. To the left side, and Adams has it. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll throw once more. Here's Stafford. And he'll take it on in. Davante Adams. Touchdown, L.A. On comes Joshua Carty for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Rams will get out in front 17-7. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now, here comes a return from the 9. Now an opening past the 30. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Titans offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They find themselves down 17-7. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
What really stood out to me, Mike, was the body language of the middle linebacker prior to the ball being snapped. So often we see the guy who's blitzing, they get a little antsy and they tip their hand. But that wasn't the case here. He times it perfectly, nobody accounts for him, and he comes away with the sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. He'll drop to throw. That's to the left side, caught by Ridley. The Titans will use the first of their timeouts. They'll talk things over before 3rd down. Back to throw. Now a screen. Here's Pollard. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a first down.
That one into the hands of Jefferson. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
He'll go right back to Jefferson. They connect again. And they'll take this down inside the 35. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. He'll get this over the middle to Jefferson. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down. Titans going to use the last of their timeouts here. Joey Sly comes on. They'll try the field goal here. This about as short as you can get. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Titans are back within a score. It's now 17-10.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well. You're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So we're at halftime, and it's the visitors, the Rams, taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Michael, thanks very much as we welcome you into our downtown Orlando studios and the EA Sports halftime report. These two teams ready for the second half, and so are we. So let's get you back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. This taken at the 5. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Matthew Stafford and the Rams offense getting set to go again. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position. Instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. Second down and 3. From the gun, here's Stafford. He gets it into the hands of Atwell.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. Stafford now on first down. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
A give, and here comes Williams. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's a 2nd and 9. A shotgun snap to Stafford. This one complete to Atwell. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
On first down, it's Stafford. He's got it at the 7, and he'll be taken down.
Mike, you've heard me say it 1,000 times. The easiest down to throw the ball in the NFL is first down. I hate when teams wait till later in the possession to throw the ball. So early first down completion, you're on the plus side of the field. Now you're thinking strike, touchdown, field goal. But either way, I'm coming away with points.
That's to the left side and pulled in by Higbee. And he is going the wrong way, tackled back at the 7.
Truth be told, the tight end probably would have been better off dropping that ball. But let's talk about this corner. Not only diagnosing the play, but being physical enough to bring the big tight end down for a loss.
Throwing again is Stafford. He's got it at the 3. And he's in. 2-2 Atwell. Touchdown, Rams.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half. Cardi now to add the extra point. It's up and good. And the Rams will extend this third quarter lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. He's going to look deep here, looking for Lockett. That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on first down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up second down.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Down the field, he's got his tight end Okonkwo. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. That throw right on the money for the former Miami quarterback, and it's a first down.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
They'll come up here. 1st and 10. Pollard. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
They'll run once more, and it's Pollard again. He makes one man miss, but stopped quickly as they hold him to a gain of 1. Third and 9. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Ridley, complete. They gain 18 yards on that one. That's good for a Titan first down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, Just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And he'll take it down inside the 20. A run into the red zone, a pickup of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. He'll look to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Titans. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Sly now for the point after. The kick is good. And the Titans back within 7. It's 24-17. Following the touchdown, here's Sly to kick it away. Here comes a return from the 3. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Rams offense and Matthew Stafford heading back onto the field. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. On the give, it's Williams. And he'll get about 5.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You've got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. A play fake. Now Stafford to throw. He'll find his tight end in the middle of the field to Higbee. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can draw up all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
It's a big play with Stafford and Nakua. And even 30 yards.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Atwell sent in motion here. They run over center with Williams. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
So as we take a look at the box score, Mike, you realize here they got the lead. We're in the 2nd half, but they don't have a lot of rush yards. It's because they use the passing game to score points and establish the lead. Now, how we judge their run game is from here to the end of the game. Can they pile up yards now in the 2nd half and close this game out?
It's another run here for Williams. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Stafford. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge 1st down conversion. Fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
They'll go with Williams. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, Stafford. Right side, complete to Nakua. And this drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal for his team.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away.
It is brought in the end zone. 2-2 Atwell. Touchdown, Los Angeles. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
On comes Joshua Carty for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Rams will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out, so they'll take over at the 30-yard line. The Titans offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll look to throw. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
As a play caller, those are the plays that just drive you crazy, Mike. You think you're going to pick up the 1st down, you get tackled just shy of the sticks, and now a little bit of a gamble here on 4th down.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the 4th, but they will turn it over on downs. Here come the Rams as their offense trots back onto the field. And as we look back at some of the highlights of this one, Greg, definitely a lot to show from the passing game.
Yeah, and as good as the offense feels about their passing game, I think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got a lot of learning to do because you just get burned time and time again. You'd think at some point you'd make an adjustment and make a correction. So at this point, they've given up 4 touchdown passes. You're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL giving up that production in one phase of the game.
Second down and 8. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. This throw right side is caught by Adams. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Williams. The offense is staying right there. They're going for it. 4th and a couple. They'll go for it. It's Williams. And he's going to have a Rams first down. Good work there on 4th and 1. They get 7 to move the chains.
I know it's 4th and short, Mike, but at this distance, you actually have to clear a lane out. You can't just fall forward or push the pile. So that conversion, it's as much of a credit to the blocking as it is to the running back seeing the hole and hitting it.
Here's a designed run. He's going nowhere. Going to lose yardage on that play.
The reason teams love calling the quarterback's number on design quarterback runs, Mike, is because in the blocking scheme, you gain one additional blocker. It didn't matter here. The defense was ready for it, and they're able to bring the quarterback down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Here's the give up the middle with Williams. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable 3rd down, getting some good yardage on that 2nd down play.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, Mike, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
Searching for some kind of seed to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. 4th down coming up. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. So on comes Joshua Carty to try this field goal. It'll be a 35-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Rams will extend their lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Oh, he's got room past the 30. Out comes the Tennessee offense. They get set to see what they can do. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. The tight end Okonkwo is in motion. Back to throw here to begin the drive. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. He'll drop to throw. This throw right side taken in by Ridley. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Back to throw. That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play it's 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense. You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll run it. First carry of the game for Blake Corum. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Once again, it's Corum. And he'll get the 1st down there, a pickup of about 5 yards. Stafford gonna give it to Corum. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
So it's a win for the visiting Rams. They proved much the best in this one. They get a solid performance in all 3 phases of the game and ride that to victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.